Hey everybody, Lord Magicus, and we're going to play Merfolk in Legacy. It's been a while since we've touched Legacy, so let's just jump right back into it. I've got some 1Ks coming up that I need to get some practice for, so we're going to be doing Legacy for a little while, and then we'll get back to Modern and Pioneer in probably like a week or two. That's generally the plan. I guess I should ask at the beginning. Yeah, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and all that nonsense. I care deeply about every single one of my subscribers, and even if you're not subscribed, I still care very much. Just anybody who enjoys this, like, thank you so much for watching it. Yeah, that's I don't really promote much, and I don't ask for a whole lot. I don't take like money for any of this. This is all funded out of my pocket just for your entertainment. So please enjoy it. And actually, you know what? I do have one other thing that I'm working on. I would like to, in the near future, start trying to bring random people on to play leagues with. And this doesn't necessarily have to be, you don't have to be super experienced with these decks if you just have like an interest in, playing them. And I'm totally fine with that. Or it's open to pretty much anybody. If you watch this stuff a lot and you just have a passion for blue cards in every format, then I'm interested in this. So I want to try to I want to experiment with that. I think that I have settings that can make it work. I will have to test it a little bit more, but that's something that in the near future I hope to be able to do in here. So I'll probably make like a separate announcement about how any of that will work once I get it all figured out. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, let's look at our deck. This is basically the same as the last time that we played it for the most part. Um, I decided against the repeals, and instead I'm just going to play an extra Brazen Borrower, and I put a Force of Negation in the main deck, and it's because I wanted to change up the sideboard a little bit. I don't know, like, I wasn't super sold on the repeals. Like, I mean, I think they're fine, but I also think Brazen Borrower is just fine too, so having an extra force in the main deck is not bad at all. Just counter magic, and like Chalice and Force are very good against combo. I don't particularly like that, having extra forces against Veil of Summer, but we're just going to be leaning on Chalice to help keep that from being a thing, so. And yeah, because we only have 2 forces in the sideboard, I think having a 5th, like this one in the main deck, is going to make up for the fact that we cut like the 8th one from the list. So that's the plan anyway. And this card is usually pretty good against the matches where like Oko is not very good, so it kind of balances out main decking Okos a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep all the Okos main, or I could go to 2 main and maybe sideboard 1 or something like that. I'm still messing around with this list, so we'll see how it goes. I still think Hex Drinker is very powerful, and it just against like any of the decks like Death and Taxes, or the non-blue decks for the most part, this card's very, very good. Even against Delver, like, this card's actually good. It's a lot like True Name Nemesis, where you don't really want it against combo because you want to stick Chalice and 1 against those decks, but it's particularly great when it's a match that you're going to side Chalice out against. Then Hex Drinker just shines there. So just threats that can win the game, and it's a 2-power creature that comes out in turn 1. That's really all we need from it. So everything else is basically the same. Lords to help us not die to a Plague Engineer, and support True Name Nemesis. And Trickster is just fantastic. So, I mean, Curse Catcher is sort of in the... it's sort of being backed up this with the... Yeah, so it's an aggressive plan here. So we have 10 1-drops, which works out pretty well in Modern when you play lots of 1-drops in the deck backed up by Lords. There's definitely a world in which maybe like we try to jam more Lords in here, but I think for right now this is fine. We'll see. Yeah, and Oko just dealing with like things like Knight of the Reliquary or Batterskull or Sword of Fire and Ice, Snaring Bridge, like, that's all great. And this is also pretty cool too when he can still build you back up a board after something like a Terminus or Supreme Verdict, so it helps. Sideboard here, we're going to keep 2 forces, and 2 Vencers. These cards are really good. The 2 Dismembers are fantastic. I decided instead of Null Rod, I'm going to go for Collector Oof, and the reason that I'm going to do that is because I don't need it as much for Death and Taxes because I am going to sideboard 2 Return to Natures, but the Collector Oof is, or Oof, is it Oof or Oof? I have no idea. I keep flip-flopping back and forth between them, but anyway, I think the Collector is just going to be better against the Breach decks because they tend to side. Well, they have like Enlightened Tutor and stuff like Seal of Cleansing in the main deck, so if you're trying to lean on something like Null Rod, it's not going to work, and they also have like sideboard stuff that blows up all the artifacts and enchantments, so as much as you want to hate the graveyard with things like Grafdigger's Cage, or like stop them from using their LEDs with like Null Rod, they can just like blow up your entire defense in one turn and then screw you. But they have a much harder time dealing with creatures. I think like their deck plays like maybe 3 or 4 Swords to Plowshares on the sideboard, and to be honest, I don't know. Like, it's really kind of dubious for them to be bringing it in. On one hand, like I think for the Swords is really just for stuff like Thalia. Like, I don't think they can afford to be bringing in removal generally unless it makes a significant difference. And like we have counterspell, like the things that they're worried about from us are counterspells. So they need to keep the Veil of Summers, and they also need to keep like all the artifact and enchantment hate. And so we already have like Chalice of the Void and Grafdigger's Cage, both of which are fantastic against their deck. So by diversifying our hate a little bit, like it all like any one hate card is good against them, but like not all of their answers are good against all our stuff. Like if they're bringing in Swords, then it's going to be really bad against Chalice and Zero, and if they're going for like Seal of Cleansing, then it's going to be really bad against Collector Oath. So that's the idea between it. It's a little bit less good against decks like Death and Taxes, but it's a little bit better against decks like Lotus Breach. So. Or well, not. I guess it's not Lotus Breach. It's like the LED Breach deck. That one with Brain Freeze. So, yeah. So similar, like for similar reasons, we need to have the 3 Grafdigger's Cages because the card's also really good against those decks. And Relic of Progenitus is just good against things like Maverick. It's a solid card to bring in anytime that like Graveyard matters. And it combos well with Grafdigger's Cage, because if you can stick Cage for like a turn or 2, then Relic can like clean up the graveyard, so that way even after they remove Cage, it doesn't matter. So this is really what you want to stick in like turn 1, and then you want to follow it up with a Relic. So I think running a split between them actually does a little bit better. And Return to Nature, like if we come up against like any artifact, like any Stoneblade deck or like a Karn deck, or like Monastery Mentor type deck, like these tend to be, or I'm thinking of like Bomberman, like that kind of stuff, or the Urza decks. This tends to be really good against them. And sometimes exiling a card from the graveyard, like if we might consider bringing this in against what was it? We might bring this in against like a Storm deck. I don't know, maybe, because they do play stuff like Defense Grid and Wishclaw Talisman. But also, yeah, also, against there are definitely. I think there are going to be a few decks where we might want to use both, or like both of these effects might be relevant against certain things. So maybe like I'm trying to think, Bomberman might be one where it's possible we can exile like the LED out of the graveyard when they go to bring it back to their hand. I don't know. There could be scenarios where this matters for both modes, like blowing up an artifact and exiling a card, but I think for the most part, we're just worried about destroying artifacts with it. But the flexibility is nice because then if we ever get hit by something random like a moat or something, then it can still deal with that. So, yeah, it's just a very versatile card. And the other important thing is that it's also good if we want to put Chalice on 1 and then still have this Return to Nature, and that's going to be like important against like a lot of the Stoneblade decks. Like if they're playing like blue-white Stoneblade, you may want to put Chalice in 1 to turn off all the cantrips, but then you can still use Return to Nature to blow up their swords with their Stoneforge Mystic. So Yeah, it costing 2, like, actually is sort of a good thing for us. Like, you don't really want your sideboard cards to cost 1 unless they're, like, super, super, super important. Like, against, like, Reanimator, it doesn't matter. You need to have, like, one of these cards. So, I mean, the rest of these things, like, they're not anti-synergy with Chalice. So, anyway, yeah, I'm not going to run any Mutavaults in here. I think this is fine. I just want to I want to be able to cast my spells consistently. Since we don't have Silvergill Adept, we can't really use the brown mana very well. And we already have 4 brown lands that like don't cast Oko, so I really don't want to go any higher than that, or otherwise we are going to have a harder time casting him. So, with that said, let's go play. So let's go Legacy. Oh yeah, I don't know if I posted on Twitter a picture of the Tidal Warrior is fixed, except it's still broken. So. As much as I would love to go and try out Tidal Warrior, I can't. Tidal Warrior is just... It's now a Rishadan port instead of just crashing the game, so... Yeah, that's... I don't know. I don't understand how it is that a card can just be, like, fixed and then, like, totally not fixed at the same time. I guess it's less broken because the client doesn't crash anymore, but at the same time, what is less broken? Like, what does that really mean? That's like more illegal or less illegal. It's like, no, things are just illegal. I don't know, I guess maybe you could make the argument that, like, Grand Theft Auto is more illegal than, like, keying someone's car, like vandalism. So, but that's a very semantic argument, huh? Like, is the card more or less broken in MTGO? Well, it still doesn't work the way it's supposed to, so it's broken. I don't know. You guys decide. Is it more or less broken, or is it just equally broken in different ways? Alright, we are on the play again. This is a Feedy Rusher. Neat. This is a very risky hand. Alright. I guess I'm going to keep it against my better judgment. You know what, sometimes you just have to keep one land Vile hands and just hope for the best. He has a Goblin Avatar, so I'm assuming that he's going to not be playing, like, something that kills this. Or at least I'm hoping. Okay, so, interesting. We would really love to draw a land here. I mean, that's not the worst, actually, because we can still level it up at least. Make use of our mana. I mean, maybe he's going to Lightning Bolt it or something. If we draw a land next turn, then we can actually just level it up to level 3. And still Violin, like Trickster or something. If we're up against combo, this hand's terrible, but... I don't know. Like, this was really risky to keep. Like, I don't know why I did this. It looks like this might be some kind of Delver deck. Maybe they're going to brainstorm now. This could be like Shardless, or that's also possible. They like play both of these fetches. Okay, so Astrolabe looks like it could be a thing. I mean, maybe it's just something else entirely, though. Like, we haven't seen enough to know. Petty Theft on the Aether Vial? Interesting. We're going to be in a lot of trouble if we draw a land and manage to protect this thing. I guess unless they have, like, Liliana the Veil, that would suck. But we might not even be casting this Aether Vial now. We might just be jamming fishies at this point. The Hex Drinker is, like, protected. Okay, so is this Grixis? Looks like Liliana. No, Plague Engineer. Oh, that's okay. I'm totally fine with this. Snake! I love it! Snake! 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 Well, on one hand, I love it, but on the other hand, like, I am not really a fan of the fact that, like, they have main deck fucking Plague Engineers. So I could just elk this thing right now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them what the deal is here. I'm going to attack into this thing. And if they block, I'm just going to Merfolk Trickster it. Okay, well, I'm sure that you didn't see this coming. Guess who doesn't have Death Touch anymore? I guess I could level it up, but I think playing Aether Vial matters a little bit more right now. So they just, like, wasted a Plague Engineer for basically nothing. That's nice. Oko is going to be good here. So this could be Grixis Control. Or could, yeah, this also could just be, like, a 5-color Planeswalker deck. There's plenty of those running around, but I would assume that Kolaghan's Command could be a thing. And if there is K Command, then they definitely want to be getting this Engineer back and then putting it on Merfolk so that True Name doesn't kill them. But Oko is also a problem for them. They don't know about this yet, but they're going to. It chose not to shuffle. Okay, so maybe he was just digging for the land. Well, whatever the card it is that he got, it was the right one, and then the rest were just crap. Okay, so this is a 4-color deck. Maybe 5 colors, who knows. This could be Oko time. I mean, Oko was not actually that good here. Like, I guess it's okay. Ooh, deck Vayne, okay. You want to gain control of my Aether Vial? Go for it. Otherwise, I think this thing's going to die. Okay. No, okay, so this is like the Planeswalker Super Friends deck. So this thing can die whenever I want it to. I mean, I'm almost definitely attacking with the Hex Drinker at this thing. I think. Like, discarded Brazen Borrower and Ponder. Interesting. Oh, that actually makes me a lot more inclined to play this Oko, because now I can turn this into an Elk, actually, and attack my opponent for... I can attack them for 9? Yeah, I don't know if I need to do that, though, but it's definitely very tempting. I might just Elk this Aether Vial anyway, and then I can attack them for 5, and then this thing dies, and then afterwards, so there'll be at 8, and then we will have 4... We will have lethal in play, technically, so I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm willing to spend a Trickster. Attack your face. Like, I feel like the opponent is definitely losing this game. I don't even think I need to play Master of the Pearl Trident here. They're facing down lethal, we have Force up, and we still have some really good threats in our hand. And, like, Oko is also on the board and threatening to kill them at any given point. Alright, so they haven't shown us white, so it looks like it's probably just 4 colors. I mean, no... If I just, like, force this, don't you just die? Like, you have to force this back. Okay, they had nothing, so yeah, we just utterly curb stomped them. They have main deck Plague Engineer. Fuck that noise. Ah, Plague Engineer sucks. I hate that card. Alright, it's fine. We can deal with it. So what do we do here? They have lots of Planeswalkers. They also presumably have Veil of Summer, so Chalice is going to be important because we want to stick that on one. We also need to be able to protect it, so we have to keep it in force. Brazen Borrower and Force of Negation. I don't know, like, Curse Catcher's actually probably poor. Engineer means we need Dismember. What else here? I guess Force of Negation is fine. They do have Brazen Borrower, so maybe we want... We can get to a point where we can just hard cast Force of Negations, though. Like, they're actually pretty good for that purpose. Probably cut one Aether Vial, because they're a Culligan's command deck, and they're definitely going to go after it. They might even be a Snapcaster Mage deck, so like there's some argument to bring in like Relic Progenitus, because stuff like Tarmogoyf, Snapcaster, and K-Command. It's rough. It's definitely possible to do that. Hmm. I mean, Oko is fine because it's another answer to Engineer. You gotta be careful not to cut too many creatures though, because we're down to 20, so. I think I'm just gonna do it like this. This hand looks fine. I'll keep it. We get to go Hex Drinker into Chalice. What am I doing? Lands go over this way. Misty. So let's see, do you have something? Yeah, so you have Brainstorm here. Looks, or they might have Lightning Bolt actually. Yeah, okay. It's fine. This Chalice will be pretty good though if we can get it to stick. Okay, well that makes me feel even better because now, even if they like force this one, we still just have Chalice next turn. Well, that's definitely helpful. Unless they have Culligan's Command, which that could still be a problem. So it still might be in our best interest to double down on these. Ooh, that's not a good sign. That usually means like Punishing Fire. Red. What? Oh, Dak Faden. Gaining control of this doesn't actually do anything. But they're going to start looting like crazy, so we need to find some way to kill this thing fast. So they can just start cycling for a bit. Oh, fucking Punishing Fire. I hate this card. So, yeah, we can't play a Lord yet. I think what we need to do is probably play Brazen Borrower. Well, yeah, there's not really a good plan for this. Because Punishing Fire, like, they can still keep getting it back. Alright, I'm going to probably flash in Borrower at the end step, but this is definitely a reason to bring in Relic Progenitus because of the stupid Punishing Fire. I didn't know they had Grove in that. And even if we have Force of Negation, they still have 2 of these fucking things. That's not good. So they got 1 back. Discarded 2 ponders. Okay, that's a good sign. So this is up to 5 already. Yeah, alright. You know what? I guess let's just petty theft it for now. Until I can find a better plan, like, I don't want it ticking up to get out of control completely. Like, next turn, like, cause if I play this right now, they're just going to Punishing Fire it, and I'm not going to be able to attack it. I think I'm okay with drawing a land, so there's no point to fetch. That's actually fantastic. Alright. We're kind of in, like, some shit, though, where if they have a Force of Will, this true name... I think we just need to play it and hope that they don't have a counterspell. It looks like he's gonna play something, maybe like Daze. Cavern would have probably been... Well, no, we can... No, I think this was... We just have to do this. Alright, so what are we doing here? Assassin's Trophy, okay. Okay, sure. Oh, damn it! They had everything. Fuck. Well, next turn we're gonna have to play Chalice, and then I don't know. This is gonna be very hard to get out from underneath of because they just have enough removal that they can keep eating through everything. Like, we can play another Chalice, but it doesn't do us any good because they still have Punishing Fire. Actually, if we draw Cavern of Souls, then I might just play Chalice in 2. You know, you play Dak Faden, that's fine. I just can't play a creature right now because no matter what creature I play, they're just going to kill it. They discarded 2 more Punishing Fires, so they're only limited by this right now. They can just get one of these back on the end of my turn. Have 2 Punishing Fires in hand. Alright, well, I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Yeah, they're gonna have at least 2 in hand now. Well, no, they discarded one of them. Never mind. So they have 1 in hand. But next turn they can have 2. Depends if he has another red source. Like, okay, so he's gonna have 2. Is he getting the 3rd one? Oh, he might just be discarding it to Dak Faden. Okay. He doesn't have red mana for this Trickster now, so... He discarded it, so he has 1 left in hand. Okay, interesting. Alright, let's see if this sticks. And I think this is the turn we just try to jam 2 Lords. Oh, come on. Alright, so what's the deal here? If I play Lord of Atlantis in this, I can't hold up Force and that at the same time. Whatever. I need to just... I don't have another window to play these because right now he can't Punishing Fire this creature if I play the Lord. I need to get this thing off the board so that they can stop generating card advantage by drawing 2 fucking cards a turn. Alright. So this turn, if he draws another red mana source, this could be trouble. So then he... Well, it depends. Like, he's going to have to use 2 of them to kill off 1 Lord unless he's got, like, Abrupt Decay or something. I mean, they already had an Assassin's Trophy. Like, surely he could find, like, another trophy or a Decay or something. Okay, so now there's 2 red mana available. Or Engineer is also a huge problem. Like, there's just a lot of stuff we're losing to because they're cycling through their deck too fast. Like, Deluge is also a problem. Like, this is the point where, yeah, we're just dead. We have no way of killing this thing now, so we're screwed. So we definitely need to bring in the relics. That's definitely a thing. Alright, so relic comes in. What? It's gonna come out here. Maybe like Oko. We can cut 1 of him. Because of the punishing fires, I think I really need the Force of Negations and the Force of Will. I guess maybe a Brazen Borrower. Alright, we'll do it like this. I definitely want to play. This hand is not keepable. This is better. Can put probably Basic Island in the bottom. They're not a Wasteland deck. Otherwise, we have Chalice in 1, which is nice. So keep. Pass. Kept 7 cards, so I think we just want to stick Chalice so that way we're not vulnerable to Pyroblast. God damn it! Alright, so here's the problem. If I play Hex Drinker now, like, it's just... I have no choice, like... that is so hard. The odds that, like, they're gonna so kill this thing. Could have, like, Fatal Push or something. Maybe. I think I just have to play this turn. Like, I have to... The sequencing in this sucks. Because this is definitely... We have to play this in Merfolk. There's no other way. I could wait a turn. I don't really want to do that, though. I really want to play this Chalice before anything bad happens. Alright. You know what? I'm sorry, Hex Drinker. You're just going to have to be dead. If and when they play this Chalice, then we'll worry about playing Hex Drinker. This is just too important. They didn't have a Brainstorm. That's interesting. No Brainstorm, no Ponder. Every fucking time. Alright, well, we're just going to play Merfolk Trickster at the end of their turn. And I'm just hoping that maybe his plan is going to be... maybe he's just holding, like, Abrupt Decays or something. Or, like, I don't know, like, maybe he was holding up... I'm hoping it's cards that he can't realistically play. But it could just be, like, Punishing Fire. Yeah, Bayou. Okay, so this definitely looks like maybe Engineer's gonna happen. Burrow. Okay, so that's not good for us. Yeah, because... Well, I mean, I guess it could be worse. It means we get this Trickster out. We can also get a Lord out, too, to, you know, keep the pressure up. We need this to live for a turn so we can get Master out, and then we won't die to Plague Engineer. Or I mean, Punishing Fire. Sorry. If he has Assassin's Trophy, that's actually kind of fine, because then we can play Hex Drinker and level it up right away. Nothing. That's interesting. Okay, well that sucks. We'll save the Oko for right now. If they blow up the Chalice of the Void, then I'm definitely going to play Hex Drinker. You know what? I can't actually play Hex Drinker and Oko in the same turn if they do that. So I'm only going to have one green source. But I think it's still probably important to just keep attacking. What I could do is play Oko and Aether Vial then, and then Elk the Vial. That's not a bad plan. And then the turn after that, Hex Drinker can come out and be a 4/4. So let's see, do you have another Punishing Fire? Looks like it. Yeah, okay, you have 2 Punishing Fires. I guess we're still just on this plan of just... Because I haven't played a Grove yet, so... His hand doesn't look like it's very good, to be honest. I mean, it could be Culligan's Command here, blow up the Chalice and the Master. That would not be good. If that's the case, then we definitely play Hex Drinker. Drown in the Lock, okay. So they're just on, like, mono removal spells. Okay, so they're just drawing lands. That's what I'm getting out of this. I mean, that's got to be good, right? If they're just not... If they have, like, removal and lands, like, we can beat removal plus lands. Cavern of Souls... Oh, that's fantastic. Are you really going to kill this thing? Like, come on. This might be a good turn to play Oko. Snapcaster? Okay. That's not particularly great. I think this is a good Oko turn. I don't want to play True Name and then have them play like Plague Engineer right away. I would rather play Oko first and then play True Name Nemesis, so that if they do play Engineer, like, it still kills this thing, but we also have like a board presence still. I don't want to be playing catch up to Engineer. They might have an answer. Like, they could have a oh, that's the thing they're going to kill? That's fine, actually. So they've been waiting for this for a while, so I'm guessing they just have a bunch of 1-drops in their hand. So here, I might actually just play Hex Drinker and level it up now, because the Hex Drinker's open. Oh, Pyroblast, okay. That's still not very good for them, though. Like, what are your last 2 cards? Like, it's obviously not Engineer. And I have to imagine, like, they've got to be, like, out of removal at this point. So here I have the option of playing the Aether Vial, but I think I'm going to hold it in case they do get Culligan's Command. Okay, so they had a Fatal Push. Alright. So they have one card left in hand, and it's probably another 1-drop. So literally, like, every spell they played is just a removal spell. The Snapcaster's not going to get there. Well, I mean, I hope it's not going to. If they play Plague Engineer, it's probably going to, though. Ooh, it's tempting. I could actually play Chalice in 2 now. That turns off a lot of stuff for them. You know what? It might be safer to do that first. Because we have Cavern of Souls, and they don't have a way to remove the Cavern. I think this is safer. Hard cast Force of Will. Okay, neat. Pass. So I'm assuming that, yeah, they want to keep like this stuff online. All right. So now we can start racing with this, and just again we have to hope they don't have Engineer. I'm holding on to this because I want them to think I have Force in my hand. But if they have Engineer, like, our dreams are almost dead. Attacking is suicide. Okay, well, that's fine. Our clock is faster right now, so let's definitely attack. So we also have this food token still. I guess they can just Assassin's Trophy the Chalice. Well, the only good news is if we find another Hex Drinker, we're going to get it like super big, super quick. And I'll crack this food at the end of their turn, I think. Yeah, you may as well try to attack. Alright, please don't find Engineer. Okay, so we're still playing lands. That means probably good things for us. Oko? No, Jace. Oh, Uro. Okay, that makes sense. That's scary as hell. Yeah, I actually don't have a good way to deal with that. I need like Oko for this thing. So left back a Punishing Fire. They gained life though, right? They didn't even pay the red for that, so it's interesting. No, fuck. Why did I do that? Well, I guess that, yeah, I shouldn't have gained the life because now they just got Punishing Fire back. Alright, well, we have another True Name, so this thing, it doesn't have Trample, so the question is, can we race it? Not yet. Because they can still, if we attack with True Name, like, this thing can still attack us. Because every time it attacks, they get to draw a card, so it's just free them drawing cards right now. If they attack this turn, at least we can double block. But we're still super vulnerable. That's not good. Needs something. Alright. Yeah, Uro seems like it's actually pretty sick in this deck. Punishing Fire, Force of Will. Okay, so they have Punishing Fire lock online. So I don't even know what we hope for at this point, because there's a lot of ways this can go badly. Attacks are not good for them right now. Merfolk Trickster is actually pretty good, because that means we can tap this down and they're not going to get to attack with it. Hmm. I could attack him and put him to 8, but I think that I probably need to kill Dak Faden, because I don't... If they find True or if they find, like, Engineer and by digging for it, then we're screwed. The Trickster can keep the Uro from attacking for a turn if we need. Or they can just Punishing Fire and kill it. So let's do this now. So if they kill this, it gives us a window to play a Lord and attack for 8. And then I think we can win the race from there. Potential. No, you know what? That still might not be enough. Yeah, they're gonna kill off Trickster here. So I don't know, we have to do something because we're getting screwed by this. I guess Relic would help, probably, if we can get rid of this. It's going to be hard to stabilize this game. Especially if he keeps playing more nonsense. That's bad. Oko is really not good for us at all. I can't effectively kill it right now because if I attack Oko, I die. I can't, like, they're gonna elk this thing and attack us. Like, I think that we're just dead here. Between the Punishing Fire, the Oko, and, like, this like, there's nothing we can do here. Like, if we attack them, we're dead. If we don't attack Oko, like, Oko's just gonna start elking the food tokens every other turn. Like, we can't beat that. Yeah, not attacking means that, like, we're still getting hit with this stupid Uro, and, you know, that's, yeah, like, it actually doesn't matter, because they can elk this, so, like, I could block, and then I take 4, go to 5, like, you know, they're Punishing Fire me. It's just, it's all losing. Like, at this point, we're dead. Punishing Fire, like, was a huge problem. Damn it. We didn't see them even play Astrolabe either. Like, this would be a match where, like, back to basics would help a lot. But, no, there's too much. I think maybe I should have brought the relics in Game 2, and I just didn't do it, so that could be part of the problem. Yeah, we were... I don't know, like, what was right there. Maybe I could have made some different decisions, but... I think we did the best with what we had, and their opponent just had, like, way better draws. Like, getting the deck Faden out and getting to filter their hand is good, and, like, Jesus Christ, that was... When you're discarding the Punishing Fires and just getting them back every turn, it is basically just drawing extra cards. Like, it's super powerful, so... It's a unfortunate way to start off this league, but at the same time, like, I think that's a match that is very winnable. Like, we just need to have, like, better hands than that. And maybe, like, I don't know if there's a way to play that a little bit tighter, but I think that is definitely a winnable match for us, even though they have really, really dangerous cards in it. Their mana base is really shaky, and I think if we want to beat that deck, we can. Maybe Force of Negation is not the right card. Well, I think we do need Force, though. Like, Force countering Punishing Fire helps a lot. So, yeah, I guess, yeah, having 2 Vials and, like, 6 lands at that point definitely didn't help either, so. I don't know. I mean, I, yeah, I guess it's, like, if I lost, like, it's fine, but I don't expect that, like, that's a terrible matchup or anything. It's kind of like Jund, actually, where it becomes a matter of can they outvalue you before you can kill them. And in that case, he managed to, like, get the value game going, so. Oh well, it is what it is. We'll move on to the next one. But if, like, those are the kind of decks that we see, then, like, I think that we're in a good spot, so we'll see what happens. Oh, well, you know what? I just noticed here I got a response on Twitter. To John Jacobs. You know what? I'm going to shout out to John Jacobs. I'm going to read this tweet right now while I'm recording this. Hey, at Lord Magicus, just want to thank you for your content and devotion to the Merfolk community. Your videos are great, and I love watching them. You know what? John Jacobs, you are a true fan. All the love in the world. It's people like you that, like, keep me doing this stuff. Even when we have leagues like last time where we end up going like 1-4, you know what? As long as there are people that are still enjoying watching it, that's all that I care about. No, that's really special. It makes me feel great. I appreciate that so much. So, oh, you know what? I guess I should also announce this. I created a second Twitter account. I figured that in the past I've kind of mixed up the stuff that I've posted on, at Lord Magicus. I decided that I'm going to keep at Lord Magicus just for stuff that's like, magic and gaming related, things that I would actually like cover in my channel, and any of the personal stuff, like podcasts that I follow, or, maybe political stuff. I try not to get too involved in that because I know how ridiculously crazy some people are, but like, goddamn, sometimes it's just well, I'm not going to touch that. But like anything that's like not magic or gaming related, I'm going to try to post at PMagicus for Peasant Magicus. So I'll start posting. Yeah, the link is on my like Twitter profile, and I'm also going to start posting it in the description for these videos. So feel free to follow me there in case you want to see like other cool stuff that I have that's not just channel related. All right, finally. Well, we're in the oh my god, this is the same deck that we were against last time. Okay, well, this is not going to be good against that deck. This is going to be way better. I have to put a card on the bottom. I guess I'm putting Force of Negation on the bottom. Oh, come on. I think I need to keep Curse Catcher, right? Because I got to go Curse Catcher into Chalice. So, you know what? I'm going to put Merfolk Trickster in the bottom. I guess, because I want to keep Force if I can, just in case that something like, if they play like a Planeswalker, I'd love to be able to counter it with Force at some point. Okay, well that's going to be helpful. Let's attack first. So really, if we can draw a blue card next turn, that would be great. Okay, perfect. Now they're not going to have Force online for this Chalice. Damn it, we are facing this deck twice in a row. The Legacy Leagues must be dead today. Oh, hold on. Undo. He did this in my Declare Attacker step. Oops. Yeah, let's make sure this Chalice ends up on 1, because that's where we need it. Okay, pass. I really don't want to have to pitch this True Name to Force, but if I have to, I might, so. They're not going to Assassin's Trophy it, that's for sure. Hex Drinker, You know what? It might actually be worth just holding on to the Force right now, and then just leveling up Hex Drinker. I guess let's attack first. I don't know what they're planning to do right now. Okay, if you want to play Snapcaster Mage just to block a Curse Catcher, I'm cool with that. No, come on, there is no freaking way. Okay, then you know what? I am going to play it on Snake. I'm going to play this Hex Drinker. Because if they want to Plague Engineer, then they're going to have to put it on Snake, and that means that True Name is going to be safe. And now, like, if I want to protect the Chalice, I still can. And I might not I might not even level this up to 3 unless I draw a card. Punishing Fire, huh? So if you have Force of Will, this is so bad for me. Alright, I think I just need to go for it, though. Because I guess I don't want them to have the Punishing Fire. Okay, well that's good. That means this Hex Drinker is going to get big and scary. So I can put it to 5, and then that means I can put it to 8 next turn. And then it will have Pro everything. That'll be nice. So we're just looking to dodge, like, I think Oko right now. Plague Engineer is not good enough here. If they Engineer and Snake, it doesn't do anything, because it'll still just make it a 6/6 Pro everything. Well, it'll be a 5/5 Pro everything. That's still good enough. They don't have 1 mana removal, and they don't have instants to target this, so there are still answers. Like, he has Toxic Deluge still, and he has Oko, so they can deal with it. It's just... Yeah, okay, so Oko can Elk this. Yeah, alright. That sucks. On the plus side, though, like, I can still go after Oko pretty well. Pass. So I can still theoretically kill Oko next turn. I have to get it off the board like this next turn, though, because if I don't, it's going to get out of hand. He can tick it up to 4, but I still have enough power in play to kill it, as long as he doesn't kill my creatures. Fucking Oko is ridiculous. Like, I don't know, I guess this makes me really, really wish I had back to basics. If I knew we were playing the same deck like twice in a row, like, fuck. But I guess that's really, like, I don't know, like, I don't mind, I guess, playing against the same deck. I hate playing against the same person twice in a row. Like, that's just, it's not entertaining content in the least. Like, we've already seen this. We want to move on and do something different, right? And it's not our opponent's fault. It's just like the matching algorithm on MTGO. It's just, I guess it was just really desperate because there just wasn't anyone else in the Legacy League at the moment, but, man. And we waited for like 2-3 minutes in this too, which is even more frustrating. It's like right now, deck fading could be a thing, or they have like maybe another punishing fire. Brazen Borrower. Yeah, because now that's fine. The Oko can tick up here. Oh god, what's happening? That's not good. That looks like Plague Engineer. No, you just cast Borrower. Are you going to elk your Borrower? That makes sense. So we could, if we have our Borrower, that would be good. No, we do not. So and they can just threaten to like elk this Chalice at any point. So they can unlock their hand. That sucked. Brazen Borrower was like one of the worst things that could have happened to us there. And the problem is like they can like elk the Chalice and then, you know, like cast like 2 bolts or something like that. That would be terrible. Even if 1 bolt just keeps their Oko alive. So that sucks. Alright, food token, that means that they probably have, I don't know, they probably don't have 1-drops in hand if they just did that. Alright, I guess we have to attack Oko, right? There's no other way we can, like, get there. Well, again, good news here is that they didn't have, like, Snapcaster Mage to try to emergency block. I mean, I doubt this Curse Catcher's ability is going to matter, because they could just elk the Lord of Atlantis, but we'd still have 4 power in play, so they'd have to kill 1. They can just elk this thing. I can attack Oko for 2, but that's not a winning thing. Like, he's just playing more land, so it looks like they're flooding out. So a Lord here would be good. Lord keeps us in the game. Alright, here we go. We're in the game. But if he has like Assassin's Trophy, then we're fucked. Alright. Attack all at Oko and hope that they don't have anything. Okay, that's a good sign. So we might actually have a shot here now. If you didn't have removal, then that's very good. So what's in your hand? Just like lands and what? Maybe another Oko? I can't imagine what you have, though. Plague Engineer, okay, it's not great, but at the same time, we have 2 Lords out, so there's still hope. I think we're still not in a spot where we can realistically play around Abrupt Decay. I'm hoping that they probably just top deck this because they didn't play it before. So if we can dodge 1 more turn, we've got them. I guess yeah, fetching here doesn't really matter because you're either at dead or not dead at this point. So may as well not draw a land. Alright. Concede, or do you have something? This looks like maybe Toxic Deluge. Deluge keeps him in the game as well. Alright, well, the only good news is that the Engineer also dies. But we don't have a threat to kill him with now. Pass. Damn it! No, we were so close in this. We just needed to like find something. And now here's the thing, we are either dead or not dead, so we're going to fetch to draw 1 less land. Get Tropical Island because we might want to... Why? Why does this always happen to me? Like, we had 6 lands in play. We drew a 7th one. I fetched specifically to avoid that. But now, like, we're going to lose to a 3/3. So now we need, like, True Name Nemesis, or otherwise we're dead. And it looks like our opponent found something, because they're actually casting a spell this turn, so... Please not another Engineer. Or Culligan's Command would actually be worse. That's still bad. I don't have a way to deal with that right now. Okay, well, if they haven't been casting spells, then that means that Dak Faden is going to let them dump their dead cards for actually good stuff. Why are you gaining control of Chalice? That doesn't do anything. Unless he's going to play like Oko. That doesn't make sense. Alright. I'm just so confused. What is... You know this is a symmetrical thing, right? Like, I can't play ones either. Just because you control it does not mean that it works like that. It's discarded Spell Pierce. Oh, alright, so we're at the point we have to draw a creature or we're dead. Alright. Actually, that's pretty good. So I have 4 or 5 mana. I can do it. I guess I just wait until their upkeep to do this. And then on their end step, I can just cast Petty Theft, or I can cast Borrower, if they don't have anything. Please tell me you're going to cast Pyroblast. I have to counter that. Alright, do you have an... okay, well, I think we're dead. Snapcaster, yeah, they've got us. Alright, good job, opponent. Did you not have it? Well, I don't know. We were close, but the Oko really was like a mirror breaker. Just, I don't really like the Dismember, but because of the Engineer, we have to have it. The Aether Vials, they're not particularly good, and the Curse Catchers are not particularly good. Yeah, I don't know, like... Maybe Oko is better than I gave it credit for. I really just don't know what else to cut, to be honest. Alright, I'm just going to cut another vial. I'll try it this way. I'll just try to keep it threat dense. This is a tough matchup. Like, I don't know that this list isn't optimized to fight this very well. And okay, well, we're going to lose because we just mulliganed like into a shitty 6-card hand, so... This is so bad. I guess we're putting a Chalice in the bottom and a Force of Will in the bottom. Yeah, I can't play the Chalice until, like, this is in play. I'm not gonna try to level it up yet because I want to keep the relic active. Okay. So here I could actually try to level it up, but again, I don't really have any reason to do that. I think here I just passed the turn. So I can still hard cast Force of Negation. Like, they might also just believe I don't have anything. I don't think they're going to respond to this. If they didn't respond to that one, then there's no way they're responding to this one. Okay. So I feel like they have to use a bolt in this thing now. We got in 2 attacks with it. That's more than I thought it was going to do. Drown in the lock. Its converted mana cost is 2. So we can effectively counter this with the Relic of Progenitus. I don't think that worked out the way that they wanted it to. Okay, well this is just getting better and better because we still have the Force of Negation up, and we can like safely try to tick this thing up. So we can force Oko and then just like, and keep True Name in hand. That's nice. Or turn this into a 4/4, which I think is probably the better play. If they play a Planeswalker here, I definitely have to force it. If they play Plague Engineer and name Snake, then I can just play True Name Nemesis on my turn. Uro, I mean, that's okay. Okay. So what? You have 2 mana left, so you're not doing anything, right? Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't need to let them know about the Cavern of Souls right now. There's no reason for that. Punishing Fire. No! Alright. Alright, well, there was not really a good way to, like, deal with that. So they were gonna do it anyway. It's If they at least get it back, then we have Force of Negation up to get rid of it, so... If he just Punishing Fires me, I think I'm just going to counter it. And then try to just hope that True Name's enough. Yeah, no, that's too much. I can't beat the Oko. I need the Chalice online still. The True Name keeps me in the game here. But only just barely, because, like, again, at any point if they draw Engineer, I'm screwed. So they can hit me in the face for 2 damage. But at least this can help fight them. The Brazen Borrower is not really that good right now in the face of Punishing Fire, but I don't know. It is what it is. If they play Uro at some point, maybe I just bounce that. Okay, well that's actually pretty good. I don't know if it's actually pretty good or not, because like they can still Punishing Fire and kill it. Ugh, life is hard. Yeah, that's not great. They've successfully unlocked their hand, which is probably like 2 removal spells. We can play both of these though, and they can only kill one of them. That's worth noting. It's like, I guess this would be a turn if they played Oko. That's actually not the end of the world. So we'd still be able to... no, we actually couldn't quite kill it. So we'd only be able to deal 5 damage to it, but... we're still vulnerable to stuff like Toxic Deluge as well. But like, this is super dangerous. If they're not doing anything, it's probably because, like... Alright, that might... no, I see, I can't play that either, because they still have the stupid Punishing Fire. Alright, well... So this might be a turn now where I play both Borrower and Trickster, and then my turn play Lord of Atlantis. Because that, like, they'll Punishing Fire the Borrower for sure, and then we can play the Lord and then get in for 7. And hope that's good enough. And Punishing Fire me. Okay. Well, I mean, if this is their only plan, like, it's really slow. I guess we're going to do this now. Now, they can get the Punishing Fire back multiple times, though. But I really don't want to take 3 damage from this if I don't have to. This is all bad. Like, so many things can go wrong for us here. I feel like I'm just trying to set up to get a lucky draw in. So let's see. They can get it back once, and then cast it once, and get it back again, and then cast it a second. So they can cast 2 of them this turn. So if I play Borrower, they can basically spend their entire turn to just get back Punishing Fire twice. Yeah. So I guess here the deal is they can get it back one more time, but does it matter? Like, if they kill the Borrower, like, they can't kill the Lord of Atlantis this turn, but they can do it next turn. I don't know. I have no idea what's correct here. I guess I'm just going to do this and invite him to use the Punishing Fire on this thing. In the hopes that maybe if he does, then maybe I can, like, draw the Lord and just play 2 to get them out of range of this. I guess this is just... I'm trying to play to, like, any card off the top that could make a, like, significant difference here. Alright, well, that might be the one. He only has 1 card left in hand. It doesn't look like he has... Okay, so that's fine. He has no cards left. Okay, so this is safe to just do this and hope for the best. Yeah. So let's see. I think we're winning this race, as long as he doesn't play Engineer. The Pyroblast was a good one. This is the last card. I mean, that's unfortunate, but... The True Name is an excellent top deck, so we're just hoping that he does not have excellent top decks. You can put me to 12, and then 11, 10 by playing the Punishing Fire twice. Okay, so... Okay, now he's just, like, trying to die to a Lord, so... Well, he has to keep a Punishing Fire back now in case I play Lord, so... Oh, we could play Uro here, actually. That makes sense. Yeah. You have to exile 1, 2, 3, 4. You have exactly enough to leave this back. I still just have to kill you in 2 turns. That's all that's happening. So it doesn't have haste, so it can't attack this turn. He gets to draw 1 card, gain 3 life, but you're still dead in 2 turns, and I think we're dead in 3? Actually, no, we might not be. Damn it. Alright, well, we need something to deal with this now. Okay, you know what? We might be in more trouble than I thought because of this Uro. I totally forgot about this card. Alright, so can we draw something that's relevant in this board? That's not good. No! Fuck! Fuck me! Fuck, 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 fuck! No, that was our only way of possibly getting there. Alright, well, we're dead. Like, playing the Hex Drinker doesn't matter because they have Uro, and we're never getting through this. I mean, I can make it a 4-4, but it doesn't matter because, like, none of the... Like, it's not going to block... Like, yeah, we're fucked. Like, we cannot come back from this, so... That was the one card. Like, if we could, like, survive, like, if they didn't play Plague Engineer, we actually had a chance of winning there, but unfortunately, yeah. Drawing Plague Engineer off of the Ponder meant that there was no way to come back from that game, so. No, the one card. Like, otherwise, True Name could have gotten there. We had the line of being able to, potentially play... Yeah, we could play the Hex Drinker, make it a 4-4. Like, but on that board state, it's just, yeah, we'd have to, like, Fuck, we were just so fucked. Oh, damn it. If we had the 2 true names still, we could actually race it, but I don't think, yeah, with the engineer it just sucks, so frustrating, and I just don't even want to like play this league anymore if we're just gonna play against this one person. My God. 2 in a row. Like, I mean, there he is on the trophy leaderboard, but like that's fine. Like this is just soul crushing because like Plague Engineer is so good against us, and we did not have anything for it. Like either we did not have Dismember, I think, in any of the games. Like, and I mean, we sided in for that. And I don't know. Like, how do we defeat this deck without back to basics? I'm not sure. They're just playing so many ridiculous like value 2-for-1s that it's hard. I guess maybe more relics would help too, but there's only so much we can do. Like, this is not how like leagues are supposed to go. You don't play against the same person every single time. And if I play against him again, I'm just conceding because we're not doing it 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row, like I'm dropping the league. Okay, finally something else. We're gonna play against the Nanipe here. So we're on the play. I just want to play literally anything else. This is fine. We'll keep this. Play Scalding Tarn, pass. Turn 2, we can play Chalice of the Void. That's not a good sign. Alright, well, we're going to try to jam Chalice in 1 and hope that it's good against whatever this deck is, but it may not be, because this may just be like either Jund or what we just played against, which can deal with Chalice, or it could just be like, it could be a combo deck still. So I don't know, if it's a combo deck, then Chalice in 1's usually good, but it could be Turbo Depths. I guess that's my concern. Him to Turok, so I could choose these 2 to protect True Name, or I could risk it to get the Biscuit. So it's a 40% chance I'd be discarding it anyway. Alright, I'm going to counter this. I choose these 2 cards because I feel like this gives me the best chance. This is probably Shardless, and if that's the case, then True Name Nemesis is usually pretty good against their deck. And I mean, Chalice is okay, but like it's not great because they're an Abrupt Decay deck, so they have a way to kill it. They also have stuff like Liliana the Veil, so you can Wasteland me, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, they took out Tropical Island, that's interesting. Alright, well, I'm surprised they didn't take Cavern of Souls. Alright, Wasteland. So we're going to get Wastelanded out of the game, it looks like. Okay. True Name, it's all up to you. I'm going to hold this one because I'd rather put it on 1 again. I mean, Liliana could still be a thing right now. That's not good. Well, I mean, if they elk the Chalice, does that matter? No. Okay, well, I guess I have to do this. So now Abrupt Decay does not unlock everything. Well, I guess no, it could, because they could just Abrupt Decay this and then elk the other one. Damn it. It's fine. So I could go after Oko, or I could go after them. The problem is I can't go after their life total because Oko is just too much of a threat. Well, yeah, it just... I have to get this thing off the board somehow. The Brazen Borrower doesn't do anything in my hand without mana. So if I draw a Lord, I can kill it. That's interesting. I could take one more hit off the Tarmogoyf. Chances are, if they elk something, I'll probably just bounce the elk token. Sure. How many turns does it take to, like, kill Oko with a True Name? That's ridiculous. This is not going well, though. I guess I get an island here because I don't want to continue to get wastelanded out. That's probably where I'm going to draw, like, Hex Drinker, though. Well, I guess no, Hex Drinker doesn't matter because of the chalices, so... I just want to keep blue mana symbols in the face of Wasteland. Okay, so they have 4 cards in hand, so presumably they can't cast them. Let's kill Oko. Take one more hit off of Tarmogoofy. There actually is a guy that, like, is on the Magic, Reddits that his name is Tarmogoofy. I always remember that when I look at this. Quality poster. So we're just hoping to not lose our True Name Nemesis. Okay, well, that sucks. True Name's going to be on defense for a while. Yeah. Oh. Pass turn, I guess. No, I have to have True Name back to block Tarmogoyf. Really, what I need is another island so I can cast this Brazen Borrower. You can cast Drown in the Lock in this if you want. Abrupt Decay. It's fine. Yeah, that's again why we have to not attack, because we need this to block. If he has, like, Liliana, we're dead. Okay, well, that's going to do it. These black-green matches are just so fucking bad for us. Like, they have all of the cards that, like, kill our good stuff, and it's just... It's hard. I guess against this deck we want Relic, right? Actually, I don't know if we want Relic, to be honest. It kills off... It's good against Tarmogoyf, but actually maybe we want Dismember. I don't know if Force of Negation is actually that. Like, Chalice is also kind of dubious too. Like, they play 1-drops in their deck, but they don't play like that many because they're also an Abrupt Decay deck. So it's also acceptable to, like, trim in this card, I think. I really don't like leaning on this. I think they're probably going to play, like, Drown in the Lock, so maybe Relic is worth a little more. Keep 1 Force of Negation here. I don't know, I guess that we're going to do this like this. Oko, like, theoretically is, like, good against this deck. It just elking everything is fine, but... Fucking hell, why? Why is this our life? I guess we have to keep this, and... I don't want the Aether Vial. I already have 2 basic islands that they're not going to deal with, so... We'll just go Curse Catcher and Lord of Atlantis, because they're the most important things right now, so... If we have to discard the relics, so be it. Alright. Yeah, we'll play Lord. We have force up at least. This isn't. This is just not our knight. Sure, that's totally impotent and useless. He can block, but it doesn't do him any good, so I'm just gonna keep this relic up in case he like tries to abrupt decay it. If he goes for Oko, I have to force that. Yeah, no. May as well attack. So I guess the question is, do I play the Vial? I don't want him to like make me discard it, so I guess I'm going to play it. He doesn't have an island in play yet, that's worth noting. He doesn't have another Oko, Shardless Agent. That's actually almost worse. Okay, well him to Tarok is fine, it doesn't do anything, so... It just is a sorcery in the graveyard for Tarmogoyf. That's fine, actually. I can't attack into this because of the Shardless Agent. But I can hold up Force of Negation, so... The hymn was probably the single best thing that they could... Or, I guess the worst thing for them, the best thing for us that they could have hit off of that. Yeah, that sucks. I can't let you be doing that. Drawing 4 cards is terrible for me right now. You can't do that. Let's hope that they don't kill the relic. Yeah, they can attack. Oh, that's good. Again, I don't really want them to make me discard anything. I guess we're just playing this on Merfolk. If I had a Lord, I could safely attack him, I think. Well, it may not actually be safe. You know what? That's actually an attack I don't mind. Unless they have like another like creature to play, then that could suck. Okay, well that's fine. They target me. I guess we will exile everything with the relic. That's good. Alright, do I blow you out? Yes! Okay, excellent. Oh my god, another one? What did you reveal? Oh, Abrupt Decay. Fuck! I can't counter that. So we go to 7. They play Tarmogoyf, which is nice and big and scary. So they have Leovold. Ugh. Yeah. This is not good. We are facing down some significant threats right now. So here's the thing. I can play Oko, and what do I do with it? I guess I can Oko and then turn Aether Vial into a 3/3. Then I have to, like, block, take 4. I don't think I have another alternative, so... Vile's going to have to keep these Shardless agents at bay. You know what? It doesn't matter. They have Creeping Tar Pit, so no, it's all irrelevant. Alright, well, yeah, you know what? There's nothing we can do. They had it anyway, so... All of this was losing. This is like the worst league that we've played in a long time with this, so... Jesus Christ! No more Drown in the Locks. We've seen so many of them today. Just all like black, green, blue decks. That's... I mean, the Soul Tie decks are like... They're okay. Like, you can beat them, but... Generally, like, black, green, and Legacy... Or, like, just like any deck that's, like, you know, playing either black, green, or... What was I going to say? Yeah, no, I guess just the black-green decks in general. Or, like, the green-red decks. Like, maybe if you've come up against, like, lands or... Yeah... Not all of them do. Like, I guess it's either, what, 4 colors? So, like, yeah, I guess no. Most of the ones that are bad are just, like, black-green. Because that would be, like, Shardless, because they... And, like, the 4-color deck we just saw. But also stuff like, Turbo Depths and 4-color Loam. Anything, you know, like the black cards are so good against us, but like when you combine it with, you know, things like Tarmogoyf or even maybe like Knight of the Reliquary or Oko, like there are a bunch of cards that can, you know, really like just hurt us if they get going quickly, and like also stuff like Abrupt Decay, like we have no answer for. It sucks. I don't know, like this is just going pathetically bad, and I have no idea what the problem is. Like, maybe Back to Basics just needs to be in the sideboard, because like I think this is another match where Back to Basics would help. It's again though Back to Basics only does so much because they still have stuff like Abrupt Decay that can get rid of it, and like there's nothing we can do about that. So yeah, I'm not sure. Like, this is just going pretty terribly to be, and I don't have the answer to how to fix this. Alright, well, we're on the play. I think we've been on the play every time. This is against CTuck999. This is fucking Why is it that we have 20 lands in our deck, and like so many of these hands, we just keep getting like unkeepable hands with like either 1 or 0 lands? It sucks. I guess we're gonna keep this, and we're gonna get rid of Curse Catcher. I'd rather keep the Force of Will and just like not tell them what we're doing. Trying to curve into Oko is going to be a better plan. Depending on what deck we're playing against, we might pitch a Lord, or we might pitch Oko. Horizon Canopy is really bad for us, because that means that this is probably Maverick. There is no reality in which this is going to be good. Alright, well, Merfolk. So they're probably going to have, like, Swords to Plowshares, or I assume, like, Knight of the Reliquary might be a thing next turn. There's a lot of really bad things that can happen now. The worst thing that could happen is this could be the Green-White Depths deck. So let's pray that that's not the case. If it's just like regular Maverick, like we could theoretically beat that. Okay, well that's probably a good sign. If they play Knight, I think we do counter it. Green Sun Zenith for 2? What are they going to get for 2 mana that I care about? I don't... maybe like Scavenging Ooze? I can't imagine that it's going to be bad. Script Ranger. Okay, protection from blue. That makes sense. Yeah, no, that's fine. Like, I guess we're just going to play Oko and just start making food tokens. So the other cool thing is that, you know, Oko turning these things into elks can actually get past this. So we're... Whereas Mono Blue is like has a very hard time against this card, like Oko at least can get in there. Okay, so if I don't counter this, I can't ever force anything again, so I guess I have to counter this. And I mean, if it doesn't matter, if they have Stoneforge Mystics, so be it, but there's no alternative here. Like, the Force is going to die either way. Thalia, you know what? Thalia's fine. You attacking me or Oko? You're attacking Oko. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess I can actually race him a little bit. Okay. You want to double block? I can trade with the Thalia. That's actually okay. I think that's still fine. I traded a Thalia with a Lord and got him 3 damage. I might just Elk the Curse Catcher, to be honest. So the Elks can get past this pretty well. Okay. Yeah, my plan was to Elk this anyway, so I'm not super worried about that. Unless you have, like, Knight of the Reliquary, that could be a little bit of a problem. In which case, I think we have to Elk that instead. Thalia's not a problem. So let's see, if I attack with both, what's the worst thing that could happen? They attack with both of these and Oko? That doesn't really bother me too much. They can double block and trade Thalia with another one of these things, that's okay. Not doing it, that's interesting. So they might be sitting back on defense now. I mean, as soon as we get True Name Nemesis, like, they are in a world of shit. So, that helps. Untap. Okay. So 3. Umezawa's Jite. That's extremely, extremely, extremely bad. I can equip it to Scrib Ranger now. Okay, well now things are tough for us because now we have to turn the Jite into an elk. Yeah, still attacking Oko. That makes sense. At least they are only going to get to do it like once. Okay, there is no debate over this. That has to happen. Yeah, that's fine. You gain 2 life back, but that means the Lord of Atlantis gets to live. So let's see. I could attack, and they could actually trade off everything here. I mean, still might not be bad to attack anyway. What? Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, alright, I see what you're doing here. So I can let Oko live another turn if I want it to. I can throw away Lord of Atlantis in combat. But they have to be very careful because, like, at some point here, we can just get in there and kill them. Alright. This is keeping us afloat right now, and their mana is, like, a little bit wonky. Like, it's hard to pay life for this anymore with all the pressure on the board. Like, they can't really keep playing lands because they keep needing to untap this thing in the middle of combat. Interesting. I guess I need to protect Oko. Alright. I mean, I think I have to elk that too. So you can play... yeah, but you're going to have to pay life no matter what you do if you want to do the same trick as last time. Okay, so they're at 3. But, yeah, okay, so let's see what happens. If we attack with both of these... They can block one with Thalia and bounce Thalia, and then just they can't take 3 though. That's their thing. They absolutely cannot take 3. They might just chump block with this or chump block with this. So yeah, you know what? I think an attack makes sense here. I think that they might throw away Mother of Runes if I had to guess. Yeah, I like. Okay, well, fetching means they probably have Swords of Plowshares as the last card in their hand. No, Dryad Arbor. Okay, they're going to throw that away. Okay, well. Alright, they're still at 2, so... Alright, pass. We need True Name Nemesis really, really badly now. They also have to be very careful about how they attack. They can kill Oko at this point. So we really just, if we can get True Name out in time, then we might actually get there. Questing Beast was a particularly great draw for them. How the hell do you have Questing Beast and Dryad Arbor? Oh, you bounced this back to your hand with this Rib Ranger. Never mind. So you didn't throw it away. You actually kept it. That makes a lot of sense. Well, shit. I guess we're fucked because now, like, nothing is going to do the job here. Alright. We lose. Damn it. Questing... Well, yeah, that definitely didn't help, but, like, we drew a land anyway, so, like, we weren't racing it on this either. Oko bought us a ton of time, but, like, we didn't find any of, like... You're not going to beat, like, the Maverick decks without Oko. Or without... Or I meant without True Name Nemesis. Like, that's a huge part of the problem. Or in this case, Hex Drinker actually works a lot, too, against their deck, but... yeah, Hex Drinker is effectively extra copies of True Name. Force of Negation is not particularly good. Actually, Collector Oath and Return to Nature are fine, and so is Relic of Progenitus. Well, you know what? If we're bringing in Collector Oath, maybe it doesn't make sense to do this. I don't know. That's hard. In any case, I think that it makes sense to bring in Oath just because it turns off their swords and it turns off most of their equipment. Yeah, and it is a green creature, which is nice because it helps with get through the protections a little bit. Chalice of the Void is actually not that great against them either. They have some number of ones. Well, I don't really know that I want to bring in like the rest of these. Like maybe there's an argument for Venser. It is 4 mana though. I mean, I guess they have a lot. They have like what? Noble Hierarch, Sword to Plowshares, Mother of Runes, and sometimes there's like other stuff like Birds of Paradise. So I guess maybe Chalice in 1 is actually fine. It's not super amazing, but it's okay. Alright, well, let's play. We're like, this is like 4 green decks in a row, so alright, well, we're going to keep this. We're going to hope for the best. 4 green decks in a row is definitely not where I want to be, but on the plus side, like, at least we kind of have a decent hand for this. True Name, and like all of these cards, I guess everything except Chalice is going to be fine against them. Even if they go like Stoneforge Mystic, like we can blow up whatever they get. Like Batterskull is not a thing. GT is not going to be a thing. So the safe thing to do here is actually probably get basic islands so they can't wasteland us. Then that guarantees we can play, you know, whatever we need to next turn. Yeah, and that's fine. They can play Stoneforge Mystic next turn, and then we can do whatever we need to do. If we play Stoneforge, I will definitely play True Name Nemesis. Because then, afterwards, then I can just hold up Return to Nature. Sylvan Library. Actually, we might just kill that thing. Do it next turn, though. Sure. I mean, Sylvan Library is a good card. Like, this definitely helps them try to dig a little deeper to find a way through this. But we can play Lord and Return to Nature if we want. I'm not really that concerned by this, though, because they don't really want to be paying that much life. Yeah, Stoneforge is fine. So, you know what, we're going to... I guess we hold up the Return to Nature for that. If they get Batterskull, then we can actually blow them out. Okay, cool. So the question here is, do I play this Lord of Atlantis now? Because what are they going to do next turn? Like, they can't put Batterskull on this thing, so I may as well just put pressure on the board. The Batterskull is not going to erase the true name. And now, like, I can kind of freely attack into this. Because if they just hold up Batterskull for, like, the Lords, then I can just return to nature and blow it up. They can't Swords to Plowshares the Lord of Atlantis is, so we have a ton of power in play, and they don't really have a lot they can do about it. Okay, that's fine. That's not doing anything. There are no creatures in the graveyard for you to exile. Okay, well, here we just attack and then blow up Batterskull. Yeah, I don't think they were prepared for that. So, what is your plan here? Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, Return to Nature, like, did its job, so won us that game. So yeah, Scavenging Ooze. Okay, so you know what? Maybe Relic is going to be worth a little bit more than I gave it credit for. What do I could take out 2 Chalices and bring in 2 Relics. Because they do have Scavenging Ooze. I guess that's probably fine. It's a little bit anti-synergy with the Collector Oath, but yeah, so what? No, I can't keep this. It's another 1-land hand, so this is better, I guess. So here, what do we do? I guess we can put maybe Aether Vial on the bottom. Yeah, I think that's what makes sense. So you probably have to keep Force up for, like, Stoneforge Mystic. Well, that helps a little bit, because now Oko can definitely come online. So we might even be using this Force of Will to protect this Hex Drinker. If we can get it to turn 3, Hex Drinker is actually pretty safe. Never mind. Well, we are definitely countering this. Did they mulligan? He did. He mulliganed to 6 cards. Okay, so that's a good sign. Alright, well, I don't know if I want to play this and get like a basic land yet or not. Alright, I think here I just have to... Alright, we'll get a tropical island. Let's try to make this bigger than they can deal with. Please don't have swords. I mean, they might have swords anyway, so... This is just the question, do you have swords to plowshares? Because if you have to have it now. Once upon a time, what are you hoping to find with this? Mother of Runes? That doesn't actually do it. Okay. Okay, you can Dryad Arbor, that's fine. Sure. I am not actually concerned about that. Their hand has to be like total trash at this point. So here we either go to 5 and then potentially 8 next turn, or we play this. I think let's attack first either way. I think that going upstairs and Hex Drinker is going to be the path to victory because once it becomes protection from everything, the Mother of Runes doesn't matter. And it looks like their hand is pretty poor. Like, it's got to be full of stuff they just can't cast. I guess they could cast most of their things. Protection from blue. Okay, so it can block. So, again, though, their clock is really slow. Like, these are all just, like, dinks. So, okay, you can just, like, attack. Please be a land. That's not a land, but I guess the question is, do we attack this turn? Like, it doesn't really matter because they have Mother of Runes up, so no, we're not going to attack. But now, if we draw like any lands, you know, we play Master and make this a 6/6. Okay, so we have like Questing Beast now. Looks Batter Skull. That's not bad. Ah, come on. All right, what are you doing? All right, so we have to make this an 8/8, or 6/6 with pro everything. Play the Aether Vial. I could attack and put him to 3, but it doesn't. Does it do anything? He gains 4 life and goes to 7. The thing is, he can just give this protection anyway, so I can't effectively block this. I'm going to take 4 no matter what. And the question is, what about the rest of these? You can't block. I guess I just have to attack, right? Because I can't block it, they can give it pro-green. If I can get a land, like, I really need to get a land so I can get True Name Nemesis in play and then just attack him for lethal. But even then, like, that doesn't necessarily, like, I can't block this because he is threatening to just, like, double pro-green and pro-blue. Oh, but the Oko can kill this. That's fucking scary. Alright, that's really, really bad. Elspeth is, like, the worst thing that could have happened here. Now he's going to attack for 7, and I can't, like, deal with it. Alright, well, we're dead. We just lose. So we're going for the 0-5. Alright. Yeah, no, we're dead because this thing is just going to attack us with flying, and it doesn't matter. Like, we could attack Elspeth, but then they just get, like, they give this protection. Like, we could play Master, but it doesn't actually matter because this hits us for 5, and what, they can 6. I think they could even use this ability to, like, untap and still, I don't know. This is all losing anyway. Attacking Elspeth doesn't do anything, and, like, even if it did, like, they're at a too high of a life total, so that sucked. I think if we would have hit a 3rd land drop at, like, a turn, or, like, at any point before this, we could have won that, but here we go on our way to a perfect 0-5. Like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. My life in Magic is miserable. Like, I went from, like, a really, really good winning streak over the last couple months to, like, these 2 leagues have been fucking trash. It's frustrating. It's so frustrating. Like, oh, And this is like the other thing. Like we're playing this version of this deck because we want to be better against like these green decks, but it doesn't even matter. Like they're still killing us anyway. Like we have better tools against them, but we're just not getting everything that we need. Like too many of these hands we're just like keeping that they have like opening hands for like 1 or 0 lands where we're mulliganing to 6 and like already falling. Like yeah, mulliganing in a bad matchup is definitely like not helping. And it's also frustrating because I think like because we're playing this version, we're a lot closer in these matches than mono blue would be, but it's still just not enough. So this is for dignity. There are no stakes here at all. We're just trying to win because we want dignity. Fine, we're gonna keep it. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with our deck. I think that the problem is I don't know what the problem is. Like they mulled to 5, okay, so I guess maybe they're having the same luck that we had. This is terrible. I'm getting nothing back on this. At least we are protected. Oh, come on! No! 5 green decks in 1 league? Are you kidding me? What is this? Noble. Oh, this is like Maverick again. We're on against the Mayflower. Fuck! How do we beat this? Like, we're trying so hard. At least they gave us Island Walk, but we don't have anything that takes advantage of it right now. So you're going to play Stoneforge Mystic so I can counter it at least? Attacking in. Okay, that's brave. No, I'm not blocking that. Dryad Arbor. Okay. Sure. It's fine. So here, I think that I mean, we can't play around Wasteland anyway, so pass. We are relying on Hex Drinker and True Name to carry us to victory. If I draw like another land, I'm still going to tick this up first because I want to get this out of Swords to Plowshare range. Yeah. Oh, fuck. This is just... Okay, well, they didn't do anything, so maybe we're okay. Alright, well, now this is a 4-4, so we're kind of brick-walling them. I don't really need to play anything right now. The only thing I can play is the Curse Catcher, and I'd rather use it on the Force of Will. So what are they up to? Like I don't think they can attack. You know what? I should have leveled this up again. That was a mistake. You know, this is how far like off the rails I am at this point. I didn't even level this up. All right, well, Merfolk. I have no idea what we're doing here. They haven't played another land yet, so let's get in there since we now have a new brick wall. See, and if I would have ticked it up before, it's actually possible that next turn I could level this up to 8 if I draw another land. Okay, I don't care what you're doing, I'm countering it. Risen Reef. What a time to be alive. I don't know what it is that you're going to do with this, but no. I can't be doing it. No! Actually, I don't think Master of the Pearl Trident is that important here. I'd rather keep Trickster. Sure, you can counter my Force of Will. You're gonna fight over this stupid Risen Reef? I guess it's just a card advantage engine for them. Okay, well, neat. Yeah, see, this could have just been, like, a higher level at this point. This is just dumb. There's nothing they can do to it, so whatever. They only have 2 cards. They're dead. They know that they're dead. We're attacking them for 9 next turn, so... I guess it didn't change our clock at all, but maybe it mattered in a different way. Okay, well, I don't even know what this deck is doing. They played fucking Risen Reef and nothing else. I don't know. What are we doing? And I am definitely like dropping F-bombs a lot more casually than I normally do for sure. And yeah, that's on me. I apologize for that. I'm just very, very far into just the it's hard to care zone. This game doesn't matter whatsoever, but we're going to win it just so that we can say we didn't go 0-5. That's the one thing that I don't think we've ever achieved in this channel. I don't think we've ever gone 0-5, and I would like to keep it that way. But this does not make me feel good about this deck. I mean, I don't think that it's because there's anything inherently wrong with it. I don't know. Maybe we do need back to basics, because it seems like it'd be good in a lot of these matches. If this is what I'm going to face like going forward, then maybe that's what it's necessary. Where do I find slots for that? Who knows? This is a hand, I guess. I can't keep this though. I can't actually like cast any of these things. No, I can't. I need more than one land. This is much better. We'll keep this, and I guess we'll put Polluted Delta on the bottom. This is way better. We have like a bunch of cards that actually do things. Okay. Some Tundra, that's neat. Play Island. Sure. So, I don't know what they're doing, but it involves Risen Reef, and like this is also a Brainstorm deck, apparently. It's some kind of like Bant deck. I assume Stoneforge Mystic is in. Alright, I mean, this card is a thing, I guess. Voice of Resurgence. What do I do with this? Like, I can't counter this. Like, what happens? Oh, I have to, right? I really don't want to, though. Because if they have force, that's so bad. You know what? And I've just told them that I have force in my hand. I can't counter this. Whatever. I have to, like, use Oko on this thing. That's what's gonna happen. Alright, let's just play Chalice first. They know I have a force because I stupidly, like, revealed the fact that I do. But my plan is to, like, play Oka, or even play True Name Nemesis, and then just wall this thing off that way. But it does make our Force of Will really bad. Because they're going to get a bunch of tokens that are going to get really big really quickly. The Chalice on one's going to help, and unfortunately we do have to protect it, I think. If they play Risen Reef like that... You know what? If they play Risen Reef, I'm probably dismembering it. Green Sun for X equals 2. Are you just going to get another Voice of Resurgence? No, they can actually get Scrib Ranger. That's the thing. But they can't protect it from Dismember. Okay, you just get another voice. That makes sense. Please be a land. Okay, great. I need this. And you know you can't force it. I think the True Name will be enough to race these things. So then I can play Oko and Elk one of them, and then just block it. It'll be fine. I just didn't want to pitch Oko to force in that thing. Like that would. This card is worth too much in these kind of decks. Because it is a great answer to stuff like Stoneforge Mystic, and it's just also great at outvaluing them. Okay. X equals 3. That has to be Risen Reef. Alright, now you can do it. I can't afford... Yeah, okay, so that's fine. I have to dismember it. They still... I guess attacking is fine. Oh, okay, I see the combo with it. Let's bounce the token. I need to be on defense until I can stabilize a little bit better. Yeah, okay, that's fine. They're going to do this again. But first, I'm not going to block it this time. I'm going to Elk this thing, I think. So let's see. If I block it, then they're going to... You know what? It might actually make sense to block it. They'll get to have one more card, probably. But then they'll have a 2-2 and a 1-1. Well, they'll have a 2-2 and a 3-3. That's... I guess... If I don't block it now, I have to... I'm going to end up taking like 4 damage instead of 2. Because I have to keep this back to block the Elk if they ever attack with it. And if they have like another Force of Will, that would be terrible. You know what? I think I have to not block here. Because I don't want them to get another card in case they have like a second Force of Will. Okay. Pass. So now their attacks are not good. You can attack with Voice of Resurgence, but I can just block it and it doesn't matter. Alright, well, we're close to stabilizing this. He has 5 cards, though. I'm just hoping they're all cards that are locked behind Chalice. I also have the option of playing Brazen Borrower and elking that, as our opponent did in the previous game. Oh, no! No! Oh, no! What are you doing? No, opponent, what are you doing? That was not... You have to copy the True Name Nemesis, don't you? Why would you not just, like, have a 3-turn clock? Like, or I guess that's something that could get killed. Yeah, it could actually fight the Oko. No, alright, I guess maybe drawing cards for them is worth more. Okay, well, I'm definitely blocking there, that's for sure. Okay, so I just have to elk this thing, right? Okay, well, that's still probably good for me then. No, it had to be correct to, like, to copy True Name Nemesis with that image. Like, I don't know, I guess it got him, like, 2 more cards, but are they doing anything? Like, I don't think so. Or do you have... What else do you have here? Green... Are you getting a 3rd Risen Reef? Oh, fuck. Okay. So this is just like some sort of stupid Bant Elemental combo. I do have to block because my life total is not high enough to not block, so... So let's see. I can elk this thing, but then I'm actually dying. So I think I have to elk this. This we're going to put on Snake, in case we draw Hex Drinker. So he has like a bajillion cards. Alright, well, I guess maybe Grafdigger's Cage is like good in this match if the whole point is like they're gonna just keep searching up this one card. So I've got to be very careful though, because Phantasmal Image is a huge liability. Like, they've cast one and they've exiled one to a force, so they're obviously like they're really all in on this card. I don't know. They may not even be playing like Stoneforge Mystic or anything like that in this deck. It just looks like it could just be all like these kind of value engines. So what's going to happen is if they attack with all of these things, this is going to have to block here, and this is going to probably block this thing, and I'll take 2 just to get rid of this. Or if they attack with these 2, then I have to go block, block, and they'll get another thing, but whatever. So be it. Eventually, like, we have to just... Yeah, we can't go after this just yet. And we're at the point where Oko needs to start probably making food. You have 8 cards in hand. You have to have enough cards by now to do what you're doing. Okay. I like this. Oh, that's stupid. Yeah, let's not lose our creatures for no reason. Okay, putting me to 3 did not really seem to help you, though. wonder if they just have all 1-drops that are being locked off by this Chalice. Okay, conceded from the game. All right, well, we got our pity match. So this was one of the most awful leagues I've ever played in this channel, for sure. We got nothing for that except, you know, the fact that we got to hold off the 0-5. Oh my, this was terrible, absolutely terrible, and it took us 2.5 hours. So normally, like, Legacy is only like an hour and a half for all 5 matches. We managed to go 1 and 4 in the space of like 2.5 hours. That's about as bad as it gets. So I don't know. We faced 0 combo decks. They were all like green-based mid-range decks. That's insane. It was literally like 4-color, you know, Super Friends, like the first time. I don't even know if that's fair to say, because they played like Oko and Dak Vaden. I don't think they played like a Jace or anything else the entire time. So I guess I don't know if maybe Super Friends is the right thing to say. Maybe just like 4-color, you know, value, or I don't know exactly what the 4-color control. Maybe that could be like closer to correct. The lines are so far blurred in this. It's hard to know the difference. But okay, so yeah, we played against that twice, and then we played against what, the Maverick deck. We played against Sultai, and then we played against the Bant Elemental deck. So literally just like all green, you know, mid-rangey kind of, you know, fair matches. And yeah, I think that we had like a lot of the right cards for that, but it just did not work out the way we needed it to. Just wow. I don't know what else like I could do to, like, I can't really change much about this deck to make it any better against them. Those are just kind of a soft spot against Merfolk in general. Like the green black in particular is just really strong against fish. Like there's a lot of really powerful green and / green white cards. And there's also like a lot of really green, or like black and green black cards that, you know, stuff like Abrupt Decay, Toxic Deluge, and Plague Engineer, and then also stuff like Swords of Plowshares, Knight of the Reliquary, you know, that Mother of Runes, Stoneforge Mystic. Every one of those decks is playing like some combination of those cards, and like they're all the ones that are good against us. So, I mean, a Hex Drinker I think was still fine. Like when we were able to get it out, it was definitely doing its job as a true name impersonator, but Phantasmal Image I don't think would have been good at all. It's just way too vulnerable against these decks. So yeah, I still would rather have this card than have Images. I think Oko was also fine. Like this card did what it was supposed to be doing by helping us try to grind out of games, but I've noticed it's kind of vulnerable to Pyroblast, and I don't really like that, but I don't think there's much we can do about it. Some of those decks are just going to have it because 4 colors is a thing in Magic, I guess, so, you know, at least I don't feel as bad when it's like Abrupt Decay on it, because at least they're spending 2 mana on that, but it really sucks when it's like a Pyroblast. We can try to protect it with like Chalice and 1, but if they play their own Okos alongside it, then they're just gonna elk the Chalice and then play it. So yeah, it's just gonna be rough, like in those scenarios. So you know what, today was not a good day for Merfolk, and you know what, like in Modern, it wasn't a good day for Merfolk either. Hopefully, at some, you know what, this happens in Magic too. Like you can't get discouraged by this. Remember, like at the beginning of January, we went like back-to-back 5-0 leagues, and like now we're back-to-back 1-4 leagues. Like life is hard sometimes, so I guess get a helmet and just get prepared. So yeah, I don't think there's much I would change about this, to be honest. I still think like these cards are all necessary for like a lot of the decks that are out there and that are really dangerous. So I don't know how you could reasonably expect to change much of this and still have a good matchup against the rest of the field. It just really, you know, we kind of got paired against the wrong portion of it, that the part that we really don't want to see. We want to see like all like the Delver and Miracles parts, and like, you know, even like Storm, Sneak and Show. Like we want to see those kind of decks, and like we definitely don't want to see like green, you know, grindy decks, and that's just kind of where things fell out. So, you know, like that's how it is. So I'll definitely be playing this again soon. Hopefully next time I'll be able to have somebody on playing with me. we'll see how that goes. Until then, this is Lord Magicus. I hope that you guys enjoyed this as I hope you enjoyed this as much as I hated having it happen to me. See you later, everyone.